mi dìde. Aṣẹ̀dá gbé mi dìde. Ọba tó jí òkú ọmọ Jáírù lọ́jọ́sí. Olúwa gbé mi dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó gbé Ẹ́sítérì dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó gbé Jósẹ́fù dìde. Ó yá wá fà mí sókè kó wá gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Aṣẹ̀dá gbé mi dìde. Bíràbá mọ́ sẹ́fà àjàrà mọ́jà. Àjàrà bálùkì mọ́tò mọ́sùrà. Sírabálẹ̀ bá mọ́ fàwùfàlẹ̀. Bára jàmọ́ síràlú bálùkì mọ́. Wá gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Ó yá gbé mi dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó jí òkú ọmọ Jáírù lọ́jọ́sí. Olúwa wá gbé mi dìde.
Aramudamule o, asamudamule. Roba rokabidali ewa dunya wara. Robabili ewa kadaro kabidali imu aseibati. Robabili wu kamara tale jawaidu nasabijan. Rebijale kalika waida waraibi elimi. Wọ́n bá tó fàṣẹ gbé Mọ́dékáì dìde. Báàmà ni ò bá kú àlè gbé Mọ́dékáì dìde. Fàánú gbé gbogbo etí tó ń gbọ́ mi dìde ọjọ́ ń lọ.
Wàrà má sì rí olùbá kọ dàrú. Sọ̀mà wá ti fi lè jàrò à ń lọ. Ìwọ lọ́n bá tó ní gbé dìde lọ́wọ́. Má ṣàìgbé mi dìde Olúwa o. Wàrà mákàlì sírù sámá. Olúwa ṣẹ́gun lórúkọ mi o. Àròjà Mr. Gómìnà ẹ gbé mi dìde.
Gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lèyí o, kí n má ṣe wáyé asán. Fàṣẹ tú mi sílẹ̀, fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lèyí o, kí n má ṣe wáyé asán. Tèmi ládé ọba, wàṣẹ tèmi ládé ògo, wàṣẹ tèmi ládé ìgbédìde, èmi wọnú ògo. Fàṣẹ tú mi sílẹ̀, fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lèmi o, kí má ṣe wáyé asán. Ọba mímọ́ ọmọ mímọ́ àparapọ̀ tí ṣe mẹ́ta lọ́kan nípò rẹ̀. Àṣẹ tó fi jí Lásárù dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Òkú ọjọ́ kẹrin ó di àlàyé ọkàn ọba lágbára gíga. Wá sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹ sínú ayé mi, gbogbo ohun tó ti dòkú kó gba ìdè dìde. Marabulia, how come on salvage? Akona
Now we are welcome back to today's episode on Faith Talk Show on Speak World Digital Radio, the number one station, number one TV for all diverse of programs. Èní máa tún yàtọ̀ lénìí lórí ìkànnì yìí níbi tí àtìgbé ń dá bí ẹdun àtìgbé ń rọ̀ bí òwe. Lénìí lórí Faith Talk Show, I told us last week nígbà tí a ń lọ níjẹjọ́ ìpè lọ́sẹ̀ yìí a ó tún pàdé pẹ̀lú àrà mẹ́rìírí ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ń bí tí a pè ní Speak World Digital Radio, ohun tí ó gbé yàtọ̀. Àlejò mi ń bọ̀ ọ wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ ẹ̀ tó mọ̀ bóyá ẹ̀já ńlá ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ìjẹ́jọ́ àbí bó ti ṣèjọ rí àjọ fojú wa rí àlejò ta ní ìjẹ́jọ́. Where we discuss about some wonderful and melodious spiritual business ethics. And today's again, it's going to be another wonderful episode. You are going to really enjoy yourself, and it's going to be an awesome time in His presence. Don't forget, you are on to Speak World Digital TV, the number one for all things. I can see all of you on WhatsApp. I can see your messages coming in. Thank you for joining. So join us on the Facebook right now. We are on live right now. We are on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and also on the Speak World Ministry. You will see us live there, Speak World TV. Just ask Speak World TV, then you see us live and direct. And so also we are live right now on our YouTube channel. So you can also see us right now on our YouTube channel. So don't forget, this is Faith Talk Show Radio TV. Don't mind the network today, it's not going to affect us. We are really going to have our time, no matter what the network does today. So it's good. So we have a mighty and a wonderful topic before us today, which we are going to be discussing. And I'm very sure you are and as we are going to discuss and the power of forgiveness in healing relationships. So if you know about the word forgiveness and you have relationship and you're having issue with it, I have someone here today who's going to help you out to know what the power of forgiveness is all about and how you can relate that to your relationship, your marriage, your home, your Christian life, your businesses. You're going to learn everything you need to know on this show today. So go nowhere, stay tight, and stay die on this station. That song you are listening right now, I share Igbedide. It is live and available on AudioMac. So you just go to AudioMac and type in I share Igbedide. Then the song will pump up and you are listening to that song. It's very melodious, spiritual, impacting, and wonderful. Ohun tẹ́ ń gbọ́ ẹ náà ni orin yẹn ni à ń pè ní àṣẹ ìgbédìde láti ẹnu Princess Fìjà Fọlọ́run jà. Orin yẹn ó ní ìtumọ̀ orin ẹ̀mí ni. Orin tó sì ń kí ni orin tó ń tún ayé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọlọ́kànjìkàn ṣe náà ni. Ìwọ náà lọ sórí AudioMac kò máa gbọ́ orin yẹn. Mò ń bọ̀ mi ò tí dé yẹ tó jù àpàdúnájà ẹ̀.
Olúwa gbé mi dìde. dìde. Aṣẹ̀dá gbé mi dìde. Ọba tó jí òkú ọmọ Jáírù lọ́jọ́sí. Olúwa gbé mi dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó gbé Ẹ́sítérì dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó gbé Jósẹ́fù dìde. Ó yá wá fà mí sókè kó wá gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Aṣẹ̀dá gbé mi dìde. Bíràbá mọ́ sẹ́fà jàrá mọ́jà. Àjàrà bàálù kí mọ́tò mọ́ sùrà. Sìràbálẹ̀ bá mọ́ fàwùfàlẹ̀. Bàrà jàmọ́ sìrà ló bá lókè lọ. Wá gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Ó yá gbé mi dìde. Ìwọ lọba tó jí òkú ọmọ Jáírù lọ́jọ́sí. Olúwa wá gbé mi dìde.
Àràmúdàmúlé o, àsàmúdàmúlé. Rọ̀bá rọ́kàbíjálì ẹ̀wá ẹ̀dùn ẹ̀wá rẹ̀. Rọ̀bábìlì ẹ̀wá kàdá rọ́kàbíjálì ìmú àṣẹ ìbátí. Rọ̀bábìlì wú kàmára tàlẹ́ jáwá ìdùn sábìján. Rẹ̀bìjálé kálíkà wáìdá wàrà ìbí èlìmí. Wọ́n bá tó fàṣẹ gbé Mọ́díkàì dìde. Báàmà ni ò bá kú àlè gbé Mọ́díkàì dìde. Fàánú gbé gbogbo etí tó ń gbọ́ mi dìde ọjọ́ ń lọ.
Wàrà má sì rí olùbá kọ dàrú. Sọ̀mà wá ti fi lè jàrú à ń lọ. Ìwọ lọ́hùn bá tó ní gbé dìde lọ́wọ́. Má ṣàìgbé mi dìde Olúwa o. Wàrà mákàlẹ́ sí Rosama. Olúwa ṣẹ́gun lórúkọ mi o. Àròjà Mr. Gómìnà ẹ gbé mi dìde.
Gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lẹ́yìn o, kí n má ṣe wáyé asán. Fàṣẹ tú mi sílẹ̀, fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lẹ́yìn o, kí n má ṣe wáyé asán. Tèmi ládé ọba, fàṣẹ tèmi ládé ògo, fàṣẹ tèmi ládé ìgbé dìde, èmi wọnú ògo. Wá fàṣẹ tèmi ládé ọba, fàṣẹ tèmi ládé ògo, fàṣẹ tèmi ládé ìgbé dìde, èmi wọnú ògo. Fàṣẹ tú mi sílẹ̀, fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lógo lẹ́ni o, kí n má ṣe wáyé asán. Ọba mímọ́, ọmọ mímọ́, àparapọ̀ tí ṣe mẹ́ta lọ́kan nípò rẹ̀. Àṣẹ tó fi jí Lásárù dìde Ọlọ́run ọba. Òkú ọjọ́ kẹrin ó di àlàyé ọkàn ọba látara gíga. Wá sọ̀rọ̀ àṣẹ sínú ayé mi, gbogbo ohun tó ti dòkú kó gba ìdè dìde. Màràbùnìyà àwòkàmọ́ sàùfáàjì. Akọ́nà ayé àṣẹ tèmi láti lò yóò kí máa ṣe wáyé àsán.
Fàṣẹ tú mi sílẹ̀, fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde, fàṣẹ fún mi lókun lè ní o, kí máa ṣe wáyé asán.
Àṣẹ ìgbé dìde, àṣẹ ìgbé dìde. Mo gbé Dáfídì dìde lọ́nà tó yàtọ̀, mo gbé Jẹ́fítà dìde lọ́nà àrà. Fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba.
Àṣẹ ìgbé dìde, àṣẹ ìgbé dìde. Ó gbé Dáfídì dìde lọ́nà tó yàtọ̀, ó gbé Jẹ́fítà dìde lọ́nà àrà. Fàṣẹ gbé mi dìde Ọlọ́run ọba.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run òye, ìwọ lọba tó gbé ní dìde lọ́nà tó yàtọ̀. Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ọba ló kọ sí Sámúẹ́lì pé kó lọ yọba nídìílé Jésè o. Bí Sámúẹ́lì ti débẹ̀ Jésè kó gbogbo ọmọ jáde. Sámúẹ́lì ní kò má sọ́ba nínú wọn. Sọmọ Jésè àti tán ní òye. Ó láfikún àbígbẹ̀yìn tó ń bẹ nínú gbótà ní kó má.
Àṣẹ̀rìbúra àṣẹ̀rìbúra o, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra àṣẹ̀rìbúra, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra ẹ̀jẹ̀mọ́ àtàlẹ́ àfaramọ́jà lóbi. Ẹ̀rí ọlọ́lá olókìkí ìbàrẹ̀ ọba táyé rọ. Ọlọ́run fìjà fọlọ́run jà, bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ ìbàrẹ̀. Ọlọ́run Olùtayọ̀, alàgbà mi ní wàsá bíra bàrà. Òdòdó Jésù, òdòdó Jésù, òdòdó Jésù wàsá lífi mọ̀jà ọba mi. Aládé wúrà wà pálí kí wọ́n fẹ́ mọ́ mi. Èlé ajá mọ́ ọjà ọba alẹ́ kí mo sọ fà mí. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra àṣẹ̀rìbúra o, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra àṣẹ̀rìbúra, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àtúláwà àtúláwà o, àlẹ́ iná. Àtúláwà àlẹ́ iná.
Mara kadali siru makalivi suru sama sibuli no. Mawa makali siru kafali jono Mario. Mara makoda fila somara ukalivi siru sama sulino la. Mara makali juru kanfaru karamati liru noa. Kábíyèsí.
Káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò yìí lórí ìkànnì tá a pè ní Speak Word Digital Radio, ohun tó yàtọ̀ náà níbi tí a ti gbé ń dá bí ẹdun àti gbé ń rọ̀ bí òwe. Lónìí we have special topics to treat today, and it's going to be very very much awesome and wonderful, like I have told us earlier before now, that we have a special guest in the house today which is going to join us in this program, and we are going to do it together. It's going to be very very much educative, entertaining, and also spiritually filled. So if you haven't, start sharing right now. Start to share and start sharing the link to your friends and to your families as we move in right now into today's program. So today we're talking about the power of forgiveness. That is what we have to discuss today. And Many of us, in one way or the other, we have come to realize that forgiveness it's just a thing to joke with or a thing to just play with. But forgiveness, it's beyond that. It's more than that. It's something that really needs to um, take care of or handle with all hands. Even in marriage, relationship, including including to God and in your religions, whatever religion you are, because here we don't preach or we don't go against any religion. We are all for all religions because tomorrow we might decide to bring other parts here, and we are here to speak the truth and to speak the word to every listeners that are here on this. Anything go lórí rédíò lórí ìkànnì tá a pè sí Pọ́lítà rédíò. Mo ti rọ́wọ́ yín. Thank you for sharing and your commenting. God bless you all. Ẹ̀yin tó wà lórí Facebook, ẹ̀yin tó wà lórí YouTube, ẹ̀yin tó wà lórí Speak Word page. God bless you. Thank you all for being on this show today. So today we're talking about the power of forgive. I know my guest is a busy person, and I know she will soon be with us in no time. So today we are talking about the topic, which is very, very much more great, which is more important, and I think every one of us should take one thing or the other to learn from this topic today. Now, imagine a beautiful garden filled with a vibrant flowers that has everything in it, and in the center of that garden there stand a broken status. I mean, broken status just standing there in that garden, in that broken garden. That status that is broken represents a broken relationship. That broken status that is standing there in that garden, to me, in this my illustration, represents a relationship, represents you and your connectivity with your creator, represents you and your moves in your spiritual lives, in your businesses, in your careers, or whatever other areas you might say it to be. So on this faithful day, a gentle rain begins to fall, washing away all the dust on that status. Now, get two things in this my illustration. The status standing in the middle of the garden. Now, a rain is coming to wash all the, no, for sure, there are some dirty, there are some stains. No matter how beautiful the status might be, no matter how good the status might be, dust will surely penetrate. When the wind blows, it blows dust, it blows different things, and they are all on this particular status. So now imagine when the rain begins to fall, and what will happen to that status? The rain will surely wash that status, and that status will have a clean life back to the way it ought to be. Now, imagine you are driving in your car, and you've gone to some areas, like some areas I have not mentioned, and your cars are full of dust, and everywhere was dusty. You could not even know if it's a red car or a blue car or a brown car because of the dust on it. There are some areas like that you go to that the dust are just too numerous, too much. And as you now approach the main road, the tide road, and fortunately the rain began to fall. What happens to your car? that dirty car. The rain will surely wash away all those dirty car. That is what forgiveness stands for. Forgiveness is like a rain that washes away all sins, that washes away all iniquities. Because if we don't learn to forgive, not only forgiving alone, forgiving and forget. There are two things involved here. You you to forgive and you to let go of that thing that you are giving forgiveness upon. So in this garden, there stand the status, and this status is surely dirty, dirty that even you could not even recognize the color of that particular status. Then what happened? But unfortunately, as God will hear the prayer of that status, the rain began to fall. When the rain was falling, what happened? Then the water began to wash away, drain away all the dirty on that status. So that is what forgiveness does in the lives of human. Even God himself forgive. That's why I said, forgive us our sins, forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. So if someone trespass against you and you find it hard to forgive, then what are you talking about? So you are like that garden that status is, and there is no hope for that status until the rain comes. So the rain is the mercy, the rain is the blessing, the rain is what God has chosen to give, to take away that dirty. I know we are still expecting our guest today, and I'm sure it might be the busy schedule. I know she's always a busy person. Yes, I know that. But notwithstanding, we're still expecting her before the show runs up. So in a moment, we witness the power of forgiveness in healing relationship, just as the rain cleans the status and restore its beauty. Just like the rain cleans the dirty on the car. So we are bound to offend each other in one way or the other. Even those that are same family, even twins that come from the same womb, the same mother, the same father, the same parents, still have things against each other, still have one way or the other that they come short of themselves. But what they learn to do is just that they learn to forgive, not only forgiving, forgive and forget. So today we're talking about the heart of forgiving in relationship. So it could be in your friend relationship, it could be in your marital relationship, it could be in your whatever, it could be your businesses, it could be in your environment, it could be in your community, it could be in your immediate families. Find to learn to forgive and forget. Let your mind always tells you that you could let go of those things. Don't say because this person has done this for me and I would not forgive. I will not forgive that person. No, it is not. I learned something from someone I will just keep that. Because everyone has one uniqueness. Everyone has one importance. Everyone has one thing or the other that they are useful for. So if Mr. A and Mr. B are together and Mr. A offended Mr. B, and Mr. A now said, because Mr. B has offended me, I will not forgive this person. We will not be together again. We will not eat together again. We will not die together again. Then you are not really a child of God. Bible even said that before you can pick offense, that's where I always get it so mighty sometimes. That this God is just too awesome. So before you can pick offense on someone, then it'll be that the person offended you 70 times 70 times in a day. So how come with someone offend you in 24 hours, 70 times 70? You know what I give to us? So that means it's telling us that it is almost impossible to pick offense. You just have to learn to let go and forgive and forget. So that is what the show today is all about. Learning to forgive and to forget. So the storyline used is that stator. Now, two things I mentioned here: the stator in the garden, okay, and when the rain comes, it washed away the stains on that stator. And what happened to that status? It come back to its normal beauty. I also take an illustration of you driving your car, and you on the road, you went to some areas that are very dusty. There are some areas like that when you drive in there, if your car is white, by the time you come out from that road, you either distinguish either the car is white or the car is brown because of the dust. But as you are approaching the main road, the express road, and suddenly the rain fell, what happens? The rain will wash away every dirty, every stains on that car. That is what the word forgiveness, that's what it does. Forgiveness gives ability, gives strength, gives avenue for forgiveness. So when you forgive, then you can move ahead. You can forge ahead. You can do all things. So, jẹ́ ká kọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń fi ẹ̀mí ìdáríjì hàn sí ọkùnrin ni, sí obìnrin, sí èèyàn tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, àbí sí ènìyàn tí ẹjọ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀. Jẹ́ ká lọ sórí rédíò wa lónìí. Àwọn èèyàn ṣì ń dúró dè mí. I can see comments here from you guys. And I'm really happy about that. And you guys are really following us today. So it's a good one. That song we played, it's called Ashe Igbedide. So if you want to get that song, just go to Audio Mark. On your Audio Mark, then you have that song. It's very inspiring. It's the spiritual song. It's really motivating. The weddings in that songs are very much more worth it. So go right now. If you don't forgive, you cannot have that authority for lifting. That is one thing you must know. So you want to listen to Ashe Igbedide, but you don't have that mind of forgiveness, then it may not work for you. So before you can get that authority for lifting, before you can get that power to be lifted, to lift you up, then you must learn to forgive. So right now, let's just go on that little song, and I'll be right back after this song. So let's just listen to that song again.
tó bí mi lọ́mọ ìbà rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run Olùtayọ̀ alàgbà mi ní wàsáàbì ràbàrà mi. Òdòdó Jésù, òdòdó Jésù, òdòdó Jésù wàsáàlì fi mọ̀jà ọba mi. Aládé wúrà wà pálí kí wọ́n fẹ́ mọ́ mi. Èlé ajá mọ́ ọjà ọ̀fà alẹ́ kí mo sàn fà mi. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra o, Olúwa máa ṣe owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra, Olúwa.
Running here, oh lágbára gan. Now, before we run it up on today's episode, Faith Talk Show. Now, after you've seen this scenario of that statue, the statue in the middle of the garden, and the rains that comes in, the forgiveness. So, other than the statue was there for years, with that dirty, and there's no one that goes there to wash away all those things. That is the same way Jesus Christ came to the world to die for our sins and to take away our sins. So if he could do that for us, then who are we not to forgive our fellow humans? Now, in the Bible reminds us of something in the book of Colossians 3 verse 13 said, bear with each other and forgive one another. That word is very powerful. You have to bear it, bear with one another and forgive one another. If any of you has grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. This verse really encourages us, really tells us. This verse is really proving to us that no one is perfect. That if your Father in heaven can forgive you, then who are you not to forgive? Then learn to bear with each other and forgive one another. So today we are talking about forgiveness in relationship, in lives in general. So it is a must for everyone. We are all bound to offend one another. We are all bound to do one mistake or the other. We are all bound to do, to commit one thing or the other. Another says that Tenito de Larry, Tenitombo Amo, that is, it is the person that is at the stage right now we are saying. We don't know what will happen to the next person. So if someone is falling today or someone is in one issue today and you say, oh, you won't forgive that person because he has done this to you, do you know what might happen to you tomorrow? Do you know what gratitude or what offense you might also commit tomorrow? Do you know what kind of sin you find yourself in tomorrow? And you will need someone to forgive you. So if you could not forgive someone, then how will you want someone to forgive you? Let me share another story before I leave you today. This one is very common and it's in the scripture. There are three people are involved. Okay, one of them, we have a master and we have these two subjects. Now, one of the subjects was owing the master. He went to collect some loan from the master and he was unable to pay the loan. And so also someone who was comes to him too and collect some loans from him too. And the person was like, I don't have the money to pay, but I'll surely pay. Now, the guy told let me call the boss. We are the boss, and let me call the other one. Let me call it A, and the other subject B. So we have the boss, we have the A, and we have the B. Now the B is owing the A some amount of money. Now A too is owing the master some money. You can say this is how life is. We are all indebted to one another in one way or the other. We are not left out. We are all indebted to ourselves in one way or the other. Now, this guy, the master called upon him and said, you are owing me some money. He said, yes, I know. But sir, I'm trying to pay up, but I couldn't get it. It's not forthcoming. I will surely pay. Okay. The first time, he asked him. The second time, he asked him. The third time, he asked him. It was like, please go and arrest him for me. It's getting too long. And as he got there, said, not that I don't want to pay this money, sir. I don't have it. It's something like that. You might think the person is having, and they might not have it. And the boss was like, okay, fine. If you say you don't have it, okay, I will let you go. I will let you go then. Anytime you have it, you can come and pay. Now, moment he left that spot, because the boss has arrested him and he was, but at least the boss still felt pity upon him and said, well, if you had, they will pay it. You don't have it, fine. So as he was going on the road, he now met Mr. B, who was owing him just a penny, just a little out of what he was owing his boss. Let's say, for instance, that he's owing the boss 1 million and he met someone that is owing him 5,000 naira. So you can see the gap. Now, he now took that person, arrested him, beat him, locked him up. And the boss heard about it, was like, if I could forgive you of your own offense, you don't have the money. I didn't beat you. I didn't lock you up. Fine, I arrested you to bring you to my custody, but I didn't let them lock you up. Talk less of touching you or flog or punishing you. So because someone is now owing you just 5,000 naira, you now go ahead and you start doing all this. Then the boss gets offended, gets flared up, and was like, because you did this, then you too must have to pay this money. That is how life is. So if you're saying that somebody that's offended you, you would not want to forgive that person, then don't forget that you also offend someone. You are also indebted with someone too. And that person will surely ask, and who is that person? He that created you and I, God, the omnipotent, the omniscient, and the whole in all. So today, I want to hold you and I want to play with you. If there's someone, and on this world will touch someone, will touch a life, will touch a home, will touch a business, will touch a community. Because this is Faith Talk Show. If you say you have faith, you believe, and the Bible said that if you bring a gift unto me and you have grudges, you have issues, you have some things with your fellow neighbor, he said, drop that thing, don't give it unto me, drop that thing and go back and settle with that person. Then after the settlement, you can now come back with a dancing offering and give me that gift. Then I will accept it. If God could give us that illustration, so what are we talking about? So today on Faith Talk Show, we're talking about the heart of forgiveness, the power of forgiveness in healing relationship. If we learn to forgive, if we learn to forgive one another in one way or the other, you will see that everything we are doing will always be working fine for all of us. Even in our relationship, in our ways of life, it will help us to move from one place to another. So we must learn to forgive. We must learn the power of forgiveness in our relationship. So I want to tell us 5 ways in which we can show forgiveness in our relationship before I go on this show today. Like I said, I know our guest is a busy person, so don't be offended if we didn't see her throughout the show before the show ends. She's that busy person. So now let's talk about 5 ways. 5 ways to show the power of forgiveness in healing our relationship. Number one, open communications. There are different communications. I'll talk about that next time. But talking about the open communication in healing relationship through forgiveness, open and honest communications is vital. Open and honest, not a deceitful communications. So express your feelings, listen attentively, then seek understanding. Communicating openly creates space of empathy and helps to rebuild trust. Make sure you are willing to open up. Let the bygone be bygone. Say the truth. Then you can rebuild that trust when you have an open communications. I want to do this thing and I meant I want to do it. Not that I will do this and behind you are doing something else. That is not open communication. I believe we are getting that right. Number two, because our time is fast spending. Number two is letting go of resentment. Forgiveness involves releasing those things that have come and has gone, choosing to move forward without holding onto grudges. Forget those things that have gone, don't refer back to it again. Let it go and let it go. Then practice letting go to past haunts and focusing on the present moment. Embrace forgiveness as a transformation act that frees both parties. It makes both parties to be free from weights of bitterness. You forget those things. You move on. If you say this one, it's not good. That angel you are looking onto, do you know if he or she will also do worse than that? So why not let's go? Let's go. Number three, empathy and understanding. The word empathy, that is, cultivate empathy and putting yourself in the other person's shoe. Just look at it as if it were be you. If I were to be in that shoe, what will have happened? So, empathy. Put yourself in that person's shoe and see beyond. Look beyond. Understanding. Get to know. Put yourself in that person's shoe. Seek to understand their perspective, emotions, and experience. So we need understanding. When this happens, when you have genuinely empathy, open the doors of compassions and fosters a deeper connections. It facilitates the healings in that relationship when you have empathy and understanding. Number four, take responsibility. Don't start judging yourself. That's what we do most of the times. After things have been done, instead of just taking that responsibilities and, oh, it has happened, I know I've done these wrong things and I accepted my wrong. Don't start claiming that you are righteous, you are faithful, you are holier than thou. Accept, take that responsibility, acknowledge your part in the conflict or hurt. Take part in it. Don't shoot the blame on someone else and say, oh, you're the cause of it. Who caused it? Because your mind is there. But just take that hurt. Oh, it has happened, I take that blame. Then take responsibilities for your actions. Many of us don't want to take that responsibilities for our actions. You want to believe that, oh, you caused it. Because of this, because of that, I did this, I did that. No. Let us take responsibilities. Let's take part in everything. Then, by taking ownership, you create an atmosphere of accountability and pave way for healings. When you take that path that this thing happens, yes, it has happened. Like we always say, condemn, says that the work of the devil. Take the blame that you really had that fault. Then you move on. By the time you are trying to claim, you're trying to prove that you are no, you don't. Then you are complicating matters. You are not giving room for forgiveness. You are not allowing forgiveness to take place. You are not allowing the building of that relationship, of that trust. Then number 5, rebuilding trust. That is the most important thing we lack and we don't want to do. How to rebuild that trust. It's not easy anyway. Like Amade says that ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ kínkínní létí àwo gbẹ̀gìrì bí ojú bá kúrò ńbẹ̀ ọkàn ní kúrò ńbẹ̀. But that doesn't apply when it comes to relationship. You must learn to rebuild that trust and let that person you are building that trust upon give you that benefit of doubt to build that trust upon him or her. So we should learn to do what? Rebuilding trust. We will soon be living, and it's going to be another wonderful time. So trust in that critical component of any healthy relationship. True forgiveness actively works on rebuilding trust by honoring commitment, then being consistent. When you are committed, you are consistent, then you can now say that you are building and you are making that relationship to foster, to work further. So today on our topic, the power of forgiveness in healing relationship. Here we come to the end of today's episode on Faith Talk Show. And till I come your way, same time, same station, next week Tuesday, I remain yours, Prophet Olawale Akeremi, aka Ashioro. Nígbà tá a tún máa pàdé ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ lórí ìkànnì yìí, lórí ètò tá a pè ní Faith Talk Show pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀mọ́ yín, Prophet Olawale Akeremi. A tún máa tún gbé àwọn àlejò èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn wá tájọ máa fi omi ọgbọ́n bù fúnra wa, táti máa bu omi ọgbọ́n látara tiwọn táti máa fi jẹ ara lóore. Ẹ mọ̀ gbà kókó lónìí àti rí nǹkan tàbí méjì kọ́ lórí ohun tá a pè ní agbára ìdáríjì nínú ìrìn àjò. So gbogbo ọkàn pátá tó ní nǹkan kan àbí èkejì sí ẹnì kíní sí ẹnì kejì, mo rọ̀ wá, mo bẹ̀ wá, ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ lè kọ́ wa pé status tó wà láàárín ọgbà àjàrà tó dọ̀tí nígbà tí òjò rọ̀ sí, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí? Ó mọ́ kedere. Mọ́tò tó ń gbé lọ lójú ọ̀nà eléruku yẹn, nígbà tó fùfẹ̀rẹ̀ kó wọ títì ọlọ́dà tí òjò rọ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rọ̀ tó ń rọ̀, kí ló ṣe? Ó fọ mọ́tò yẹn sì mọ́ bó ṣe ń lọ lórí títì ọlọ́dà, tó túmọ̀ sí pé lóhun tèmi àti ẹ ń ṣe nírìn àjò ní ohun tí kò wá tí à ń ṣe, ká mọ̀ wípé ìdáríjì ó ṣe kókó. Ìdáríjì ohun gangan ní ìpìlẹ̀ fún ìrìn àjò eléyìí tí kò wá eléyìí tá a rìn. A tún pàdé ní ìjọ mẹ́jọ lórí ìkànnì, lórí ètò yìí tá a pè ní Faith Talk Show lórí Speak Word Digital Radio TV. Èmi náà ni ọmọ yìí, Prophet Olawale Akeremi, aka Ashioro. A tún pàdé ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ. See you next week. Bye for now.
Àṣẹ̀rìbúra o, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra, Olúwa pàṣẹ owó ńlá. Àṣẹ̀rìbúra ẹ̀jẹ̀mọ́ àtàlẹ́ àfaramọ́jà lóbì. Ẹ̀rí ọlọ́lá olókìkí ìbàrẹ̀ ọba táyé rọ. Ọlọ́run fìjà fọlọ́run jà, bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ ìbàrẹ̀. Ọlọ́run Olùtayọ̀, alàgbà mi ní wàsá. Jésù, òdòdó Jésù wàsálì fi mọ̀jà ọba mi. Aládé wúrà wà